and I'd never have met my Puddin. Thank you, Batman.
Hey everybody, Spider-Kel back once again. Another DC Chess Collection review. Number 17 in the line. The one, the only Harlequin Quinn, otherwise known as Harley Quinn. I love this character. I absolutely, excuse me, absolutely adore this character. There's so many different things about her and so many different dynamics and so many different character parts to her that it's just so hard not to like her. And I could spend so long talking about the different aspects of a character, but I won't go into that. All I will say with regards to Harley Quinn is I love the fact that she has technically got two origin stories. She's got the origin story that you get in the DC universe in the Mad Love story, where she was the psychiatrist, the Joker, and she eventually ends up finding herself falling in love with him, and that she starts to believe that he's the good guy in all of this. That he's just completely misunderstood, and no one really understands her Puddin. Oh, I love it. And it's just a fantastic story, and how they have this love-hate relationship, and how by that I mean that one minute Joker loves her and the next minute he hates her and tries to kill her off. But so long as he apologises when it doesn't work, she still goes back to him. It's quite an interesting relationship that they have, and I adore that. I think it works so well against the Joker as well. And then you've got the other origin, which is in the real world, where her origin into the DC universe, how she was just a character created on the Batman animated series, and just basically cast as Joker's girlfriend. And then eventually she got a name, she got a story, then she got the origin. And DC liked her so much they actually included her into their roster, and now she's as big as Penguin, Joker himself, Two-Face, or even Batman. She's a very well-known character. And for them to do that back then, when Batman was pretty much into the public eye and people knew a lot about him, to then say, right, well, here's a new character for you, and for everyone to say, cool, that's quite impressive. So I love the fact that she's got two origins. I do know that she has a new origin with the DC 52. Kind of the same lines, except she gets pushed, Joker pushes her into the same vat of acid, which makes her a lot like him. I'm not keen on that, I will admit. I've not read it, I've just seen, obviously it's in this book. But I'm not keen on that. I like your classic original Harley Quinn. The Harley Quinn we see in front of us, and thankfully the Harley Quinn we get for this chess set. So we'll get into the figure, and we will see how cool Harley Quinn actually is.
And here you thought I was just another bubble-headed blonde bimbo. Well, the joke's on you. I'm not even a real blonde.
And here we have the Harley Quinn chess piece, the queen of the black set. And rightfully so. Who else could you have as Joker's queen than Harley Quinn? That's a no-brainer, to be honest. It had to be Harley Quinn, didn't it? And overall, this figure I do very much like. There's a couple of parts to this that I'm a little bit iffy on, and surprise, surprise, it's mainly with the face. But overall, it's a very, very nice figure. It's a really impressive sculpt. We'll go to the face first, as we always do. Let it zoom in. And I mean, saying that the face isn't that good, it's a pretty good attempt, really. I mean, it just falls, ironically, it falls at the same hurdle my Joker did, where the eyes are kind of at a wrong angle. Again, if you hold it this way, her eyes are actually the right way, but it's at an angle, and it's ironic that Harley Quinn has the same fault that Joker has. That's quite weird, annoying, because it does make this figure fall down a little bit, but just quite weird. Overall, the face it's not the most impressive part of it. It really isn't. I mean, the black of her, it looks like Harley Quinn and everything, but she has such a distinctive look that you can't not see that it's her, if you know what I mean. Her mask is a little bit, I don't quite know what to make of it. I'm not particularly keen on it, but I can't think of how else they could have done that. I like how she seems to kind of have one eyebrow kind of raised, but then again, it could just be because of the fact that the eyes are kind of not aligned properly. The mask also seems to raise a bit higher on her left-hand side here. It goes a lot higher than this side does. And the mouth as well, I like how she's got the smile and so on. And I believe that the white in here is supposed to be her teeth. She's supposed to have kind of like a sinister, teeth showing kind of smile. And that's really cool, except that you can't really tell that. It's just because I've seen kind of like a digital representation of what they were going for and what she's going to look like, and it clearly shows that she has teeth. I mean, you can kind of imagine that that's what it's supposed to be because it's all white, but it doesn't really show that very clearly. But then again, it's such a small detail. There's no way you could have got in there and put teeth in without it just looking ridiculous. So I think on the whole, they probably shouldn't have gone with a mouth open kind of look. But it's still, it's not so bad that it spoils the figure. It's just a little bit underwhelming, which obviously with being such a big Harley Quinn fan, you know, it's just a bit of a bug. But overall, it's not that bad. There are much worse. Selena Kyle. But that's not too terribly bad. I love that she's got her mallet, and I think the design on that, it's pretty cool. It does look like a wooden mallet. And I love how she comes with that. And then you move down as well. She's got her classic outfit. None of this Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, or the new DC 52 costume. This is the classic Harley Quinn costume. I always say, you know, they have so many different costumes that they're a bit spoilt for choice of what to go for, but there are characters, Harley Quinn being case in point, where you just have to go with the classic. And I'm so glad they have. A couple of paint splodges throughout, which do kind of spoil it. You've got a bit of black bleeding into the red here, and then a couple of times on the diamonds here where it's not completely painted in black. Not incredibly bad. It's only when you look at it close up that you notice it. You've got a one red hand, one black hand, and then obviously the red and black Harley Quinn sort of look. Again, red bleeding into the black, black bleeding into the red. Which is a shame. It's almost like it's been rushed quite a bit, but again, red diamonds that haven't been completely filled. Again, her costume it's one of those ones where it's quite basic, so there's not much you can say about it. But the one thing I do love about this is, look, that's brilliant. The angel on the front of the Queen here, and when I first got this, I looked at Harley Quinn, thought, yeah, brilliant, I'm happy with that. And then when I looked at it a little while later, and I noticed this Queen, and I thought, that's quite, you know, she almost looks shocked. She's like, oh my god, what's happened? And then I realised Harley Quinn's broken her wing with the hammer. And that is such a cool touch. It's just such a little... They didn't even have to do this. It's got nothing to do with the figure itself. It's just half of her wing's been broken, and you can see Harley Quinn's foot over it, and she's got a mallet, and she's smiling, and the angel looks kind of shocked. And it's just like, yeah, you could pretty much assume Harley Quinn's took the hammer and gone smash. Just because it's funny. And probably because it would make her Puddin laugh. But overall, I think that is such a good little touch. I really did like that when I realised what they'd done. So funny. But overall, that's pretty much all we can say about this. It's Harley Quinn, and they have done a pretty good job. It's a shame that some of the black bleeds into the red and vice versa, and the diamonds aren't completely painted. So on that regard, you could say that it almost looks like they've rushed it. And I mean, I'll just come back in here. There is, on the white, on her ruffles of the white here, there's not a great deal going for it there at the front or the back. There's no definition of the fact that she has like the baubles at the end of these. It's just, it's almost as if they've kind of rushed the paint job on this one, which is such a big shame. But then again, it's not so much that it spoils the figure for me. It's still Harley Quinn, and no matter how bad the paint job could be on it, as far as what mine looks like, it doesn't really spoil it for me. It stands there next to Mr. J. It stands there next to Mr. J, looking as awesome as Harley Quinn has ever been. And what can I say? I'm a sucker for Harley Quinn. I really am. And yeah, it's got its flaws, but it doesn't stop me from loving this figure. But there we go. It's pretty much all I can say about this one now. So hope you enjoyed the review, everyone. I shall be back again very soon for the next one, but until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
You'll never know how this heart of mine is breaking. It looks so hopeless, but then life used to be so placid. Won't you please put down that acid and say that we're sweethearts again? Yeah.
Any last words?
Just one. Babies! Play nice with your new chew toy.